Nikianza kurekodi unaniambia. Usifinye, sasa nenda kuedit. Ina record.
Na inashapia wapi?
Hakuna red hapa.
Inaendelea kuleta.
Alright, so I have something to say to the people. There's a vision, and I want to share this vision to the whole world. The one day, of course, I believe that I'm going to have a place that I'm going to speak to the people for the sake of transformation and for the sake of becoming human. Because I've witnessed so many cases in the universe, and I've come to realize there's so many people in the universe are inhuman. Actually, you will hear people say that I don't trust anybody nowadays. And the question is, why can't we trust people nowadays? No one trusts us, and we don't trust anyone. And most people who say, who make such kind of statements are the people who are poor or maybe average classes. The reason why is that because of poverty, we feel like if you share the information you have towards somebody, you feel like they're going to be rich and you're going to be poor. So we have lost that so-called humanity as human beings. And the essence of becoming human is understanding that what you think or what you feel or what you want to happen to your life, that is what the same other person wants. Everybody want to be peaceful. Everybody want to be close with people. Everybody want to be rich. Everybody want to be comfortable. But the question is, how can we get there when we are not human? When we are inhuman? We hate other human beings like hell. You see? So I think like if we have a place where people are supposed to be taught how to become human, maybe this one is going to change how we think, how we feel, and how we act. If somebody will tell us how to become calm, how to become peaceful, how to build our own personality, maybe it is going to change how we're going to relate with people and how we are going to grow and be resourceful to the society and to the entire world. Maybe. I think another essence that people need to learn very carefully is the use or the acquaintance of money. I feel like most people have lost their humanity because of money. One, maybe lack of money. Two, having money. So lack of money is the root of all evil. Lack of money. If you don't have money, you will think evil about it because now you want it badly, but you have no idea how to get it. Now you develop devices, actually wicked devices, on how you're going to acquire this money. And now that's their side of lacking money. Now on the other bright side of having money, because you do not have knowledge, information about money, now you misuse the possession of money on human beings. One, you degrade other human beings, or you devalue yourself by using this same money to ruin your own self. You see, so having no money is a disease, and at the same time having no knowledge about the same entity, this is money, then is another disease. So I think there's a lot we need to teach the world. Being among the teachers of the universe, there's a lot we are supposed to teach the universe about ourselves. Actually, we need to teach people about self-understanding and the processes of self-understanding. And once people understand that themselves are the makers of themselves, then they are going to change and depend on what they know, and also develop what can I say? valuable connection, valuable networks, which at the end of the day, they're not going to regret having those people around them. Now, how can we teach people how to calm down? How can we teach people how to manage anxiety? How can we teach people how to manage money? How can we teach people how to use the ability that they have? How can we teach people? When the teachers of the universe are also confused, when teachers of the universe are also passing through themselves with challenges, when the teachers of the universe are also in need of money. So we are actually making these videos basically to make money. Maybe we are making this podium, maybe we are making this sanitarium, or maybe we are making these programs mainly to make money. You see, if our mentality of making this kind of programs is making money at the end of the day, then how can we then bring this transformation? So I think it's gonna take a long time. So how can we tell people? How can we teach people how to use the money they have when ourselves we don't have money? When you have never touched money, a student or graduates from university, they have never touched money. They have never used money. They have never spent money. They have never done any business. How can you then teach people how to use money? So that's another very crucial disease, because we make the programs to teach people on things that we don't know at all. Because I think among the things that we need to know as human beings in the universe is becoming. What is becoming? You know, there's 3 stages. You experience, you know, you become. Yeah? You read, you know, you become. Like now, let's say, for example, you have been using money or maybe squandering money in a way that was never good, and you became broke of a sudden. You see, sorry for that. And you went broke at some point. Yeah. Now the question is, when you rise, and you calm yourself down and think of how to make this same money. In this time round, we are not going to use the same money in a way that has no applicable sense and has no benefit at the end of the day. So next time you're going to use money, or next time you're going to start a business, you're going to be more careful. You see, that's it. That is now from having no knowledge, like just having money and not knowing what to do with the money, and maybe misuse the money. And then now when you go broke and then you get the money again, you become wiser. You see, sometimes you don't need to read a lot of books. Sometimes you don't need to listen from a lot of advices. Sometimes what you need is your own experience to teach your conscience. You see, and some people don't need to go to classes about money for them to know how to use their money or how they're supposed to have money. What they need is to start the journey. And that's why somebody said, is it Brian Tracy or Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki once said, he said, and Steve Biko also said, not Steve Biko, Steve Jobs said, you should start this thing early. Why are you supposed to start early? Because you need to make a lot of mistakes and learn from the mistakes. So they say that any person who don't learn from their own mistakes, they are foolish. Indeed. And I justify this, the statement to be very true, that a person who do not learn from their own mistakes, they are crude, they are stupid, they cannot contemplate anything. Because now, if yesterday you failed, today you failed, and tomorrow you're using the same formula to solve a different problem, how is it going to be different? How do you think the results are going to be different? So if you make a mistake today, learn a lesson from the mistakes. Tomorrow, use a different approach to solve the problem or a different problem. The next time the mistakes you're making, you're going to be more wiser and you're going to grow and make a difference in your own life. Actually, the problem we have in the world is people trying to change other people's lives forcefully. You have to change yourself. But if you change yourself, this is what I mean. When you become, you see, when you become, you don't need to tell people about change. People should see change in you. Actually, when you read the story of Jesus, Jesus did not force anybody to follow him. But through the actions, through who he was, people followed him. So if whether people follow you or not follow you, be as genuine as possible. But most importantly, you need to know the process of growth is very drastic. Because at the same time, sometimes our parents never made a way for us. So if your parents never made a way for you, so which means you are poor. Either you're poor mentally, education never gave you the clue about richness. So you see, your parents never made a way for you. So you need maybe to bring that richness from that family, from that poor family. But the process is not easy as well. The process is very hard. But what you need to do is to keep on doing. Because now, if you did not make it, if your parents did not make it, if there's no difference your parents made, so you are poor, you have your children, so if you will not make a difference in your life, then your children will also have difficulties in solving the world problems. So who do you need to become? Define yourself. Know what you're supposed to be, know what you're supposed to do, know what you're supposed to become, and become it, regardless of your friends. You rather lose your friends and never lose yourself. Most importantly, never lose yourself. Never lose your conscience. Never lose your vision. Never lose your aims. Never lose yourself. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Hiyo ingine